Car myths spread faster than gossip at a high school reunion, and they're just as damaging. These outdated beliefs don't just empty your wallet, they can wreck your engine, compromise your safety, and leave you stranded on the side of the road. Today, we're busting 15 stubborn myths that refuse to die, starting with one that's literally written on your tires. That number stamped on your tire sidewall looks official, so it must be correct, right? Dead wrong. That's actually the maximum pressure your tire can handle before it explodes, not what your car needs for optimal performance. Using that number is like filling a balloon until it's about to pop. Technically possible, but definitely not smart. Overinflated tires create a smaller contact patch with the road, which means less grip, longer stopping distances, and sketchy handling when the pavement gets wet. You'll also burn through the center of your tire tread while the edges barely get touched. The correct pressure is listed on a sticker inside your driver's door or buried somewhere in your owner's manual. That number factors in your car's weight distribution and handling characteristics, not just what the tire can theoretically survive. A WD gets you going when the white stuff starts flying, sending power to all four wheels for better traction off the line. But once you need to stop, a WD becomes as useful as a chocolate teapot. Stopping power comes entirely from your tires gripping the road, not from whatever fancy drivetrain badge is stuck to your tailgate. Running all-season tires on icy roads means your AWD system won't help you stop any quicker than your neighbor's basic economy car. In fact, those AWD components add extra weight, which can actually increase your stopping distance. Winter tires are the real game changer here. They stay flexible in freezing temperatures and dig into snow and ice, dramatically shortening stopping distances. A WD might get you moving, but when you're sliding toward that red light, it's all about the rubber meeting the road. Quick-lube shops preach this gospel because it keeps their cash registers singing, but modern engines and oils have evolved far beyond this outdated advice. Back when cars ran on basic petroleum oil with primitive filters, frequent changes made sense. Today's synthetic oils and advanced filtration systems easily handle 7,500 to 10,000 miles between changes. Check any recent owner's manual, and you'll rarely find intervals under 5,000 miles unless you're constantly towing, racing, or sitting in stop-and-go traffic. Changing too frequently just drains your bank account while creating unnecessary waste oil. It also increases the risk of mistakes like stripped drain plugs or using the wrong oil grade. Your modern engine doesn't need babying. It needs you to follow the manufacturer's actual recommendations, not some marketing scheme designed to separate you from your money. Automakers love bragging about sealed-for-life transmissions, making it sound like you'll never need to think about transmission fluid again. But when they say lifetime, they mean until your warranty expires around 100,000 miles, not until the heat death of the universe. Transmission fluid gradually breaks down from heat, friction, and microscopic particles from clutch wear. What starts as clean red fluid slowly turns into a contaminated mess that can clog valve bodies and destroy clutch packs. If you plan to keep your car well beyond the warranty period, changing the transmission fluid every 80,000 to 100,000 miles is cheap insurance against a multi-thousand-dollar rebuild down the road. This used to be gospel truth, back when automatic transmissions were clunky 3-speed units that wasted more energy than they transmitted. Modern automatics are engineering marvels with 8, 9, or even 10 speeds, plus computer-controlled shifting that's more precise than most human drivers. Take a 2022 Honda Civic as an example. The manual transmission gets 32 miles per gallon combined, while the CVT automatic achieves 35 miles per gallon. That's not a typo. The automatic actually wins. Modern automatics use lock-up torque converters, more gear ratios for efficient cruising, and programming that keeps engine RPMs in the sweet spot. Meanwhile, most manual drivers rev too high or hold gears too long, burning extra fuel in the process. Manuals are still more engaging and often cheaper to buy, but if fuel economy is your goal, the automatic might be your better bet. Dish soap cuts through baked-on grease like nobody's business, which makes it terrible for washing cars. Every time you suds up with Dawn or Joy, you're stripping away protective wax and drying out your clear coat. Over time, this leads to oxidation, faded paint, and brittle trim pieces. Automotive soaps are pH balanced and formulated to clean without destroying protection layers. They rinse cleanly and won't leave the streaky residue that dish soaps often leave behind. Unless you're planning to polish and wax immediately after washing, stick with proper car soap. Your paint will thank you by staying glossy instead of looking like it survived a sandstorm. Your grandfather's advice about letting the car idle for 10 minutes on cold mornings made sense when cars had carburetors and chokes. Modern fuel-injected engines are ready to drive within seconds of starting. Extended idling actually slows the warm-up process because the engine stays in a cold, fuel-rich state longer than necessary. Long idle times increase wear, create more pollution, and trap moisture in the exhaust system. The fastest way to get everything up to operating temperature is to drive gently right after starting. Unless temperatures are well below freezing, idling more than 30 seconds does more harm than good. Start it up, let the oil circulate briefly, then drive off easy until everything reaches normal operating temperature. Premium fuel sounds fancy, so people assume it must provide some benefit to their engine. High-octane fuel isn't more powerful or energy-dense. It's simply more resistant to knocking in high-compression engines. If your engine runs fine on regular 87-octane gas, premium provides zero benefits. Independent testing has shown no power gains, no mileage improvements, and no emission benefits in cars designed for regular fuel. Some premium blends actually burn slightly slower, which can make cold starts rougher in engines not tuned for them. You're paying 15 to 20% more at the pump for fuel your engine can't take advantage of. Check your owner's manual. If it says premium recommended rather than premium required, stick with regular and pocket the savings. Those flashy bottles promising to clean injectors, boost octane, or treat your fuel system look tempting. But modern gasoline already contains all the detergents most engines need. Since the mid-1990s, regulations require cleaning agents in every gallon of gas, and top-tier brands exceed these requirements. Unless your engine is actually misfiring or running rough from deposits, additives are just expensive placebos. Overusing them can strip away lubricants, foul sensors, or damage fuel system components. Most octane boosters only raise the octane rating by a meaningless fraction. Save your money unless you have a specific problem that needs addressing. This blanket rule gets pushed hard by tire shops, but it's not always necessary. For front-wheel or rear-wheel drive vehicles, replacing just 2 tires is often fine if the others still have decent tread. The key is putting new tires on the rear axle for better stability. All-wheel drive vehicles are different beasts entirely. Even small differences in tread depth can stress the drivetrain and cause expensive damage. For AWD cars, replacing all 4 tires at once is usually the smart move, unless you can find a shop that will shave new tires to match the remaining tread depth. Some people actually believe that dirt and grime work like golf ball dimples to improve aerodynamics. The Mythbusters tested this theory and found that clean cars consistently achieved better fuel economy. The dirty test car averaged 24 miles per gallon, while the clean version hit 26 miles per gallon. Unlike the uniform dimples on a golf ball, road grime creates random, uneven drag that increases air resistance. A clean waxed car cuts through the air more efficiently, reducing the work your engine has to do. Regular washing isn't just about appearance, it's about aerodynamic efficiency. Starting your engine dumps a significant amount of energy from your battery, and short drives often don't provide enough time for the alternator to fully recharge it. You need at least 30 minutes of highway driving to properly top off a depleted battery. Short trips, especially in stop-and-go traffic, barely replenish the juice your battery used during startup. Add headlights, air conditioning, and infotainment systems to the mix, and the alternator is juggling multiple demands while barely keeping up with the battery's needs. For seriously depleted batteries, use a proper battery charger rather than hoping a quick grocery run will solve the problem. More light should mean better visibility, but high beams in bad weather create a phenomenon called backscatter. The intense light bounces off water droplets and returns directly to your eyes, creating a glowing wall that actually reduces visibility. Low beams aimed down at the road surface work much better in poor weather conditions. If your car has fog lights, they're specifically designed to spread light wide and low to minimize reflection off airborne moisture. When visibility is already compromised, the last thing you need is your own headlights working against you. Letting off the gas and using engine compression to slow down sounds rough, so many drivers assume it must be harmful. Modern engines are built to handle sustained high RPMs without breaking a sweat. Engine braking creates vacuum that helps slow the car without touching the brake pedal. This technique actually reduces brake wear and prevents heat buildup during long downhill descents. The only way to cause damage is by aggressively downshifting without matching engine speed to road speed. Done smoothly, engine braking extends brake life while providing better control on steep grades. Advanced machining and tighter tolerances have dramatically improved engine manufacturing, but new engines still benefit from a proper break-in period. Even with precision manufacturing, microscopic imperfections remain. Piston rings need time to seat properly against cylinder walls to form optimal seals. Skipping the break-in process can result in poor compression, increased oil consumption, and reduced engine lifespan. Most manufacturers still recommend varying RPMs and avoiding full throttle during the first 500 to 1,000 miles. Think of break-in as stretching before exercise. It's not absolutely critical, but it sets you up for better long-term performance. Understanding the truth behind these persistent myths can save you money, extend your car's life, and keep you safer on the road. The automotive world is full of outdated advice that refuses to die, but with accurate information, you can make informed decisions about your vehicle's care and maintenance.